In the intricate world of dark psychology, subtle strategies often wield the greatest influence. Among the most underestimated yet potent tools at your disposal is the art of giving compliments. Compliments, when delivered with precision, have the power to disarm, manipulate, and even control others. Unlike overt manipulation tactics, which are often obvious and may provoke resistance, compliments work under the radar. They make people feel valued, which in turn subtly steers their thoughts and actions in your favor, often without them realizing it. This isn't about being insincere or offering over-the-top flattery. Instead, it's about mastering the timing, delivery, and intent behind your words. Compliments can build rapport, create trust, and, most importantly, shape how others perceive and respond to you. After delving deeply into the realm of dark psychology, analyzing countless psychological theories, and consulting the wisdom of experts, I've uncovered 11 powerful ways to control others using compliments. Drawing inspiration from psychological giants like Dale Carnegie, who emphasized the power of winning friends and influencing people, and Robert Cialdini, who explored the principles of influence, these strategies will show you how compliments can become a subtle but effective tool in your psychological arsenal. Number 1, the specificity strategy. Generic compliments, while polite, often lack impact. You might receive a cursory thank you in response, but specific compliments are where the real psychological power lies. When you pay someone a compliment that hones in on a particular aspect of their work, appearance, or behavior, it sends a message that you've been paying attention. This level of observation makes your praise seem more thoughtful and genuine, which significantly increases its impact. For example, imagine you're working with a colleague who just delivered a presentation. A generic compliment like, "Great job," might earn you a smile, but it's forgettable. However, if you say, "Your presentation was incredibly clear and engaging," especially the way you broke down those complex concepts into easy-to-understand segments, your compliment feels far more genuine. You've shown that you were actively listening and you've recognized their specific strengths. This level of detail flatters the recipient on a deeper level, making them more likely to value your opinion. Over time, this kind of personalized praise can foster loyalty and influence, as the person begins to see you as someone who truly understands and appreciates their contributions. The key here is that specific compliments require effort. You need to observe the person carefully and take note of the little details that others might overlook. This attention to detail not only makes your compliment stand out, but it also strengthens the bond between you and the other person, making them more receptive to your influence. Number 2, the strategic timing approach. Timing can make or break a compliment. When you choose to deliver your praise is just as important, if not more important, than the words you use. A compliment given at the right moment can amplify its psychological impact and influence on the recipient. Consider the effect of offering praise immediately after someone has accomplished something significant. Compliments delivered right after a person has done something well can reinforce their positive behavior, creating a psychological association between their success and your approval. This positive reinforcement can increase the likelihood that they will continue to seek your validation in the future, making them more susceptible to your influence. On the other hand, compliments delivered during moments of vulnerability or self-doubt can have an even more profound impact. When someone is feeling uncertain or insecure, a well-timed compliment can serve as a powerful confidence booster. It can make the person feel supported and appreciated, which in turn makes them more likely to trust your guidance and follow your lead. By strategically timing your compliments, you can shape how others see themselves and their actions, making them more inclined to align with your perspective. The art of timing compliments requires keen observational skills. You need to be tuned to the emotions and behavior of those around you, waiting for the right moment to deliver your praise for maximum effect. With practice, you'll be able to use compliments as a tool to subtly guide others in the direction you want them to go. Number 3, compliment by comparison. One of the most psychologically powerful ways to control others is by complimenting them through comparison. This technique leverages the human ego's desire for superiority and recognition. By subtly comparing someone favorably to others, you not only boost their self-esteem, but also create a sense of distinction and superiority that aligns them with you. For example, imagine telling someone, "You handled that situation much better than most people would have." This type of compliment serves a dual purpose. First, it makes the person feel good about their abilities, and second, it positions you as someone who recognizes their unique strengths. This creates a bond between you and the recipient where they start to seek your approval and validation because you've positioned yourself as someone who truly understands their value. This technique is particularly effective because it taps into people's desire to be seen as exceptional. When you compliment someone by comparison, you elevate their sense of self-worth, which makes them more likely to gravitate towards you for future validation. Over time, this can lead to a dynamic where the person looks to you for guidance and approval, giving you greater influence over their decisions. However, it's important to be subtle with this approach. If the comparison feels too obvious or forced, it can come across as manipulative, which could backfire. The goal is to make the comparison feel natural and genuine, so the person feels uplifted rather than manipulated. Number 4, compliment with reciprocity in mind. The principle of reciprocity is a powerful psychological tool that can be leveraged through compliments. When you give someone a compliment, it often triggers a subconscious desire in them to return the favor. This principle, explored extensively by Robert Cialdini in his work on influence, suggests that people feel a sense of obligation to repay kindness or favors, even when they're subtle. By strategically offering compliments, you can create situations where the other person feels indebted to you, even if they're not fully aware of it. This sense of obligation can make them more likely to do something for you in return, whether it's offering assistance, agreeing with your perspective, or supporting your ideas. For example, if you compliment a colleague on their insightful contributions during a meeting, they might feel compelled to return the favor by supporting your ideas or helping you with a project. This reciprocity can be a powerful tool for influencing others' actions without them realizing they've been influenced. The key to using reciprocity effectively is to make your compliments feel genuine and uncalculated. If the person senses that you're only complimenting them to get something in return, the tactic could backfire. But when done with subtlety and finesse, compliments can create a cycle of reciprocity that works in your favor, allowing you to control the actions of others indirectly. Number 5, compliment their influence. People have a deep-rooted need to feel that their actions matter and that they have an impact on others. Complimenting someone on their influence or the positive effect they've had on others can be a powerful way to boost their sense of importance and self-worth. For example, saying something like, "Your advice really changed the way I approached this situation," taps into the person's desire to be seen as valuable and influential. This type of compliment not only makes the person feel good about themselves, but also reinforces their belief that they are capable of making a difference. When people feel that their actions are meaningful, they are more likely to continue offering their opinions, guidance, or help. This creates an opportunity for you to subtly guide them in the direction you want. This strategy works because it plays on a person's desire for recognition and validation. When you compliment someone on their influence, you're acknowledging their ability to affect change, which makes them feel empowered. Over time, this can lead to a dynamic where they look to you for opportunities to continue being influential, giving you more control over their actions and decisions. Number 6, the hidden compliment. The hidden compliment is a subtle form of praise embedded within a casual conversation, making it feel more genuine and less calculated. This technique works particularly well because it catches people off guard. They don't see it as flattery, but as a natural observation, which makes it feel more authentic. For example, while discussing a project, you might casually mention, "I knew you'd do great on this because you're always so thorough." This type of compliment flies under the radar, leaving the person with a positive impression of you without feeling like they've been overtly flattered. The hidden compliment subtly places you in a favorable position in their mind because it feels like a genuine acknowledgement rather than a calculated attempt to win favor. The beauty of the hidden compliment lies in its subtlety. It doesn't trigger the same defenses that more obvious compliments might, which makes it a powerful tool for influencing others. When people feel like they've been complimented without it being too obvious, they are more likely to respond positively and view you as someone who genuinely appreciates their strengths. This, in turn, can make them more receptive to your influence and more willing to align with your ideas or requests. Hidden compliments require practice and finesse. The goal is to weave the compliment into the conversation naturally, so it feels like a passing observation rather than a deliberate attempt to praise the person. With time, you'll be able to master this technique and use it to subtly influence how others perceive and respond to you. Number 7, complimenting competence. Complimenting someone's competence can be an exceptionally effective method for gaining control, particularly in professional or academic settings. When you take the time to recognize and praise someone's expertise, you're not just acknowledging their skills, you're also validating their professional identity. This kind of recognition is powerful because it reinforces their sense of competence and value within their role. For instance, if you tell a colleague, "Your insight into this project has been invaluable," you're doing more than just offering praise. You're positioning yourself as someone who appreciates and acknowledges their talent, which can create a psychological bond. This form of praise makes the individual more likely to seek your approval and guidance in the future. They may come to view you as a mentor or a key ally, leading to more opportunities for you to influence their decisions. Furthermore, when someone feels that their competence is recognized and valued, they often become more motivated to maintain or even exceed their performance standards. By consistently complimenting their expertise, you solidify your role as a respected figure in their eyes, which can give you a subtle yet significant influence over their actions and decisions. Number 8, the public praise. Publicly complimenting someone can have an impact that often far exceeds that of private praise. When you acknowledge someone's strengths or accomplishments in front of others, you amplify the effect of the compliment. This public recognition not only boosts the recipient's ego, but also elevates their status within the group. For example, complimenting a team member's contributions during a meeting can create a sense of pride and validation that is hard to ignore. Public praise has the added benefit of creating a sense of loyalty. When people feel that their achievements are recognized and celebrated publicly, they often feel a subconscious obligation to reciprocate. This can make them more inclined to support your ideas or follow your lead in future endeavors. By elevating someone's status, you also position yourself as someone who has the power to influence perceptions within the group, thereby enhancing your own influence and control. Number 9, complimenting character over appearance. While compliments on someone's appearance can have an immediate effect, praising their character tends to create a deeper and more lasting impact. Compliments that focus on a person's values, integrity, or kindness resonate on a more personal level and contribute to a more meaningful connection. For instance, telling someone, "I really admire how patient and understanding you are with others," speaks to their core attributes and values, rather than just their external appearance. This type of compliment fosters a sense of trust and respect, as it demonstrates that you see and appreciate the real person behind their actions. By acknowledging their character, you're not just flattering them superficially, you're reinforcing their sense of self-worth and aligning yourself with their deeper values. This can make them more inclined to align with your interests and goals, as they may feel a stronger, more personal connection with you. Number 10, the backhanded compliment. The backhanded compliment is a more complex and potentially risky tool in dark psychology. It involves combining praise with a slight criticism, creating a push-pull effect that can leave the recipient off balance and eager to seek your full approval. For example, saying, "I'm impressed you managed to finish that project, even with all the challenges," simultaneously acknowledges their effort, while subtly implying that the project was fraught with difficulties. This technique can keep the other person striving for your complete approval, as the slight criticism may prompt them to work harder to overcome perceived shortcomings. The push-pull dynamic can be psychologically compelling, as it creates a continuous drive for validation and approval. By skillfully using backhanded compliments, you can maintain a level of control over how the recipient views their performance and their relationship with you. Number 11, compliment as a distraction. Compliments can also serve as a strategic distraction, helping you shift focus away from subjects or actions you'd rather not address. By offering praise, you can create a positive atmosphere that diverts attention from potential issues or mistakes. For instance, if you need to cover up a mistake or avoid scrutiny, complimenting someone's work or behavior can shift the conversation to a more favorable topic. This tactic is effective because it creates a favorable impression and keeps the recipient's attention focused on positive aspects rather than on any underlying issues. By controlling the narrative through compliments, you can steer the discussion and maintain a favorable position, all while ensuring that less desirable topics are less likely to be scrutinized. By mastering these dark psychology tricks with compliments, you can subtly influence and control others while making them feel good about themselves. Compliments, when used strategically, become a powerful tool for manipulation, allowing you to shape outcomes to your advantage. Let me know which technique stood out to you the most in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more insights into the art of influence. Thanks for watching.